the little lady did bring me some mail. I love it. Little package from Boyesen Engineering. Very excited for this one. My buddy, I have to thank Wade for tipping me off that they even had this product, because I didn't even know it existed. And yeah, nice. A couple little decals, that's awesome. Oh, a couple. Oh, wow. Jeez, hey people, they just go, they go crazy on the decals, boys. Oh, we got a nice one for the truck, nice one for the bike. All kinds of, that one's beauty. That is beauty. Wow. Green. Oh yeah, the red ones are going on the bike. A pair of the red ones. I love it. That's great. Cheers to the folks at Boyesen for including so many decals. That's awesome. Here you go, buddy. You want to play with that box? Alright, now to the heart of it. Let's just go one way, should be good. Crackers. Let's get you guys in here for this one. Here is the new impeller for our water pump. That's awesome. Cool. Aluminum. That ought to last a little longer than the plastic one that's in there. Better fin design. It's going to help cool the bike, right? And that is gorgeous. Right on. A little engine bling while you're at it. This is great. Oh, yeah. Oh, holy moly. I don't know. This is a tough choice with all these decals. Which ones do we use for the quad? And which ones go on the truck? That is pretty sweet, boys. That is awesome. Very excited to get this on the bike. Bring her down a notch. Let her run a little cooler, so it's going to improve our flow, right? So the overall, get the quad to run a little cooler. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to try to install the Boyesen Super Cooler Water Pump Kit. So the first thing I'm going to do, this bottom one, is your drain. So we're going to let that go, and then we're going to pop the rad cap and get her draining. And this should be pretty straightforward and quick. So let's get on to her. So she's draining off, boys. There it is. Bottom one is your coolant drain, and also for bleeding, right? So we're going to let that drain off. She's going into the bucket. We made a little bit of a mess. Collects on the skid plates. Of course, it wants to come out up there too, so just be ready for it. Alright, we'll be back when we get her off there. Alright, we're going to pull her out of there. She's off. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this with you guys. I don't know if you guys can see anything. We're going to go with that for now. Let's get it out of there. So we're going to reuse this gasket. And we're going to remove that plastic impeller. And gasket looks good. Excellent. There is the stock water pump cover. So we got that out of there. Now we got to twist off that impeller. So let's see how easy that goes. It's supposed to just be a lefty loosey. So yeah, I wonder if we can get up in there like so and give some light. Not really, eh? Damn you. There we go. Something like that. I think will work. Alright. So she's going to go backwards. Plastic. And we're going to upgrade to the... there we go. That's pretty easy. So we'll go get that Boyesen aluminum impeller and we'll get that on there. Very cool, very cool. We're going to improve the cooling, boys. Very simple. Love it. There it is. There's our stock setup right there. So let's go grab the good stuff. There it is. Look at that, boys. Look at that. Love it. This is a super easy install. It'll make all of us simpletons feel like real mechanics. I love these kind of jobs. I do. So back to the old righty tighty. Nice and easy. There she goes. Too easy, boys. Too easy. Let's give it a little tooth tight. I think. That's it. Just like that, boys. New impeller's on. So we're going to swap out those gaskets and we'll get back.
We got to be careful because we don't want to wreck this seal.
Something nice and thin. That's what I'm using. Get up in behind there and look at that. Just like so. And what I am going to do with this seal is dip it in the coolant and get a nice little, I'll get a good seal on the seal, right? We don't want her dry when we're installing it. A little bit of lubricant can go a long ways. So she's removed. Now let's just go dip it.
Dip it and rub it.
Okay. Let's get her in there. So the rubber's got these little tiny tabs on it. The pressure, you know, you get it in there and it holds it in for you. So we're just going to keep working that down into the groove, get her seated nicely, and we'll get her back on the bike. There we go. Again though, guys, take care when removing this gasket because it's all you got, unless you're going to order yourself up a new one while you're doing it. But this install is super easy. Loving it. So our gasket's in there. Looks good. Looks good, and I think we are ready to install this baby back onto the bike and get her topped up. So we're just feeding our bolts back in here. Again, we moistened up that seal with the coolant and looking to get a good seal on her, so I'll work these back in there and then we'll button her up and we'll give you guys a shot at what she's going to look like. She's all snugged down, boys, so she's all over but the topping up and bleeding, right? But yeah, that looks pretty cool in there. I love it. Nice touch. Better shot of her. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, boys. Boyesen. Right on. So let's get that hose back on there, get the clamp back on there, and we'll check her, and we'll get some coolant flowing. Cheers. Too easy, this one. Too easy. So she's done, boys. We did have to go in and bleed, which it's going to be really tough to get in here. If you can see on the cylinder right back here, touching it with the end of the wrench. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Of course, why couldn't you? Why would you, right? Just can't do her with all my hands. But anyways, there is a little, yeah, you can see it right there. Okay, if I can just hold everything together right there, boys. The green one on the top of the wrench. That's your bleed screw for that cylinder. Little tiny 8mm. You just want to crack it until you get some fluid coming out. And here's for the other cylinder right here. So these little guys with the green little washer type deal there, seal. Those are the ones you want to crack. So you want to crack those until you get a steady stream of fluid out of them. We got 1 and 2, and then I also did crack the bottom one down here, let a little bit out of there, give the hose a couple squeezes. We got some air bubbles came up top. She's all over, she's installed. We got to button up the exhaust and then we'll let her run. And I imagine the coolant level will drop a little bit. We'll let it run with the cap off, of course. and it's a done deal. That's all it takes for the Boyesen Super Cooler Water Pump Kit. And yeah, she's in, done. That's it. Cheers, boys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I highly recommend the product if it works. So we're gonna test it out and find out if she runs cooler. I'm sure it does. These race boys don't mess around. So awesome product. Cool. So we'll get back to you and let you know how it works. That's all there really is to it. We just used that bottom bleed screw there and waited till she come out at a full stream, and we got some bubbling coming back up through the top. And I think we got pretty much all of our air out of it. However, you want to start her up, let her run for a bit, which we're not going to do because we don't have the exhaust finished up yet. But we will come back, check all of our connections, and check our fluid levels. But that's it for the Boyesen Super Water Cooler Kit. Man, oh man, that thing looks sharp. Actually, it looks awesome in there. So, very happy to get it on there. Again, we upgraded the fins, so hopefully we get a better cooling performance. Man, we're starting to get some coolant in that old Weepose, eh? I guess we should drain that off while we're in it. That way we can keep tabs as to how much that little ceramic seal is actually leaking, which it seems to do on every XMR 1000 that I've seen. Alright, so that's the Super Cooler Water Pump Kit install from Boyesen. Check them out, boys. Awesome product. Anything to help you run cooler is a good ad in my book. So cheers to Boyesen, and yeah, let's get this thing fired up soon, eh?